Good evening. How are you all? Welcome to Friday. Welcome to everybody. Hope you're all well. Thanks for coming over and joining us for another live. And welcome to everybody in the chat. So tonight, I'm going to be playing with. I'll just grab it off the bench. I should have left it over here, really. I'm going to be playing with the long neck Proxxon long neck grinder. Can make some awesome texturing with this, and I'm going to attempt to do that very thing. So before we get that, let's bring in the guys, the worms. So we have Brian from Woodturning and the ever lovely Joe.
Oh, hello, everybody. I'm here.
And the ever lovely Joe Senior from the better half of Yorkshire Grip. So thank you guys for coming over and joining me. So I've got a bit of elm on the lathe, so we'll go over and it's got a little bit. Hello, Stream Jack's just trying to reboot itself. It's got a little bit of a kick in it, as you can see. So it's 20. What did I say? It was 26 mil thick.
Was that on the front? Was that on the front of your bike, Stephen? Did you have a crash?
Yeah, it was my wheel, boy. It was my wheel. So this is 26 mil thick by at the moment 290, but it's well out of round, so we're going to end up taking a little bit off of that. So obviously, by the time we get it flushed out or trimmed up at the front, there ain't going to be a lot left. So I'm just going to do a real simple platter. Then on the front edge of the platter, I want to do some texturing on the edge here, and then seeing what time we got, depending on whether we colour it or not. So while I am flattening that out and trying to get it flat, should I say, these guys are going to welcome everybody in. That's all right. Well, I put my sweat on and sweat even more than I already am.
We're ready?
Go for it, Joe. Go for
it. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. Brian nicely volunteered me.
I'm so pleased with myself now.
Oh, you're so pleased. Anyway, we have the very first person in the chat this evening was Wood Wizardry by Colin. Good evening, Colin. Then we've got Klondike's Craftsman.
Oh, Liz.
We've got Brian Eltonera de Madeira. Love that name.
She just couldn't wait to say
Brian with the Y.
She just couldn't wait to say that, could she?
No.
Norman Greenwell.
She's been practicing for the last half hour.
Gerard the French Turner. Would I be so shallow?
Yes.
Wayne the Woodturner. Hi, Wayne. We've got I Want to Make Stuff. Aston. Steady there.
Aston, yep.
John McDonald. Got Bruce Watt from Oz. That's a new name to me.
Good afternoon, Bruce.
Hi, Bruce.
Terrible accent.
Is everybody not called Bruce in Australia?
No. Dr. Bob.
Oh, Dr. Bob.
Todd at Glen Cove Woodworks. Susie the Swiss Woodturner.
Oh, yeah, Susie.
Doug Miller at Woodspun Round.
Even Doug.
Oh, dear. Barry's Wood Creations. Callum Petrie. Wivey Woodshed. Barry Chitty.
I need to know where Callum Petrie's from.
Steve Fleming. Archie.
Archie, that's a new name, Archie.
Archie.
Evening, Archie.
Archie Scott, but not Bannockburn, Scotland.
Oh.
Welcome.
Roy's the boys in.
Hi, Roy.
Is it Roy that was in Cyprus, was it?
Corfu, I think.
Corfu. Right back.
And we're keeping going. Paul White in the Grisby Turner.
Slowly catching up with you on the chat here.
Terry Bartlett.
Try to make sure you don't miss anybody.
Thanks very much. Sort you out later.
Yeah, usually.
AGK Woodworks.
Andrew.
Hi, Andrew. All right, so we're flat. Let's get it round now.
Oh, I'm running out of time.
Oh, you're all right. Take your time. We're in no hurry.
I am.
Sonia.
Hodgepodge Woodworks.
Robert.
Would do. Hi, Stephen.
Stephen's not in. Oh, no.
And that's it at the moment.
Everybody. Did you
Nice
just
to
read
see
out?
you all here.
Did you just read out 42 names then?
I did
Very
not.
good.
I don't believe I missed anybody.
I don't believe he did either. Welcome along, everybody. And there's 42 people watching, Steve.
Good evening. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming over. Nice to see some new names as well. That's nice.
There is, yeah.
Yes.
So welcome
Good.
to each and every one. Right, so let's find a centre. Going to do a mortise on this. Not going to be very deep mortise, obviously, because we've not got the depth. So it's only going to be maybe 2 or 3 mil thick, or deep, should I say? So
It's been invaded by a fly.
Is that why you're flaking around?
Yeah.
Okay.
Waving
Ash
my
at
hands
Kitey
randomly.
Sheds in. Good evening, Ash.
right,
Hi,
Ash.
Ash. And Roy the boy says he's home, Joe.
Yeah, boo for that.
Unlike
Nothing worse.
Glenn. Unlike Glenn, who's not home.
Yeah, boo. I know, they don't be getting under my feet anyway, so.
Cool. I think I should sharpen that up.
See, Doug Mother has said, the Wood Dude, what's the name of your channel? Tried to find it earlier, but didn't find it. That's because he hasn't got one.
Yeah.
He hasn't got a YouTube channel. He's just on Instagram, I think. Isn't that right, Stephen?
He should have one. Should have one.
He absolutely should have one. He should be putting videos up now,
Yes.
so as
he
we can
should.
all copy his stuff easier than we
Yeah.
can now.
Yeah. Nice to see your intentions there.
Callum Petrie is sorry. Go ahead, Joe.
No, you carry on.
Okay. Callum Petrie is originally from Aberdeen, but he's now a resident in Prague. Ooh.
Nice.
On a visit to Turriff to see my mate. After 4 years, he's going back to Prague on Monday.
Wow.
Safe travels, Callum.
Yes.
I thought Petrie was a bit of a Scottish name.
Did you?
I did, yeah. I know quite a few Petries.
It's not a Scottish name, really, I don't think.
North of Scotland, yeah. North east of Scotland.
Right.
I think. Yeah, I think so. I
So,
could be wrong, of course.
3/8 bowl
Douglas
gouge.
Mullen's in. Good
Right,
evening,
Douglas.
Douglas.
All right, Douglas. So 3/8 bowl gouge just to clean this out.
And the Wood Dude says, Doug, I don't have a channel, but if the local fate is any good, I'll buy a camera. Oh. If you need a C920, Stephen, send me your address, buddy. I may manage to have a spare one somewhere.
Oh. Richard Phelan's in. Good evening, Richard.
Right, Richard.
Hi, Richard. That's it, my wood dealer's in now. I better be quiet.
You better. Yep.
My dealer's in. I don't know what's wrong with my glasses. I think I need to go to the optician's again.
Yeah. I'd get it all done at the same time if I were you.
What? What do you mean get it all done at the same time? What else is wrong with me, like?
Got a bad knee, haven't you?
Well, the optician's going to hardly fix my knee.
Well, you just never know nowadays.
You never can tell, right enough. There is a physio in the same building, so maybe she could come down while I'm getting my eyes checked. She could do my knee. I know.
Wayne says Glyn is the same in life as he is at woodworking shows. He's never there.
Yeah.
Never a true word spoken in jest like, oh my goodness. You are correct.
The Scarlet
Apparently when there's
Pimpernel.
work to be done, yeah. Apparently when there's work to be done, he just disappears. Is there any truth in this, Wayne?
Honestly.
I don't think you're the first person who said that.
When we was at Harrogate, the
Woodworking
last
shows.
Harrogate show we was at, I think Glyn spent more time on other stores than he did actually on the Yorkshire Grit stand.
He did.
And all you get of him
I'll
is,
have to count
all you get of him is, well, I'm building up the business. I'm socialising.
Networking.
We have Eva from the Cat and the Fish Crafting. Good evening, Eva. And I won't calm down. No, there's no chance of that. I'm missing my buddy Terry, you see. He usually keeps me in check.
Cara. Coolon. Dara Coolon is in.
Oh,
Hi,
hiya,
Dara.
Dara. How are you doing, girl?
Hi, Dara. And Dor 60 is as well. Hi, Dor. Wayne Bigfoot
Evening.
Woodcraft is in.
Hi, Wayne and Val.
Good evening, ladies. Or should I say Wayne and Val? Not ladies. Where did that come from?
Ladies.
Ladies. Have you
Well,
not seen
it's
Wayne's
Friday.
weekend
Wayne's
outfits?
I know. Afraid to think of that now. There's a mental picture that needs to be bleached from my mind, I think.
I was just wondering, does anyone had any news from Woodturnings by Barry at all?
No, I haven't heard a thing, I have to say.
He had his
whether he's-
operation on
yeah,
Wednesday.
don't think there's any, unless anybody in the chat knows anything.
Yeah.
Best wishes to Barry anyway, whichever, however it went, and we haven't heard yet. So hopefully it's all went well. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Donna, Love Angel's in.
Hi, Donna.
Hi, Donna.
Hi, Donna.
I'm just doing a load of share cuts really here to get our shape.
So it's all squared up and you've got your mortise in, yeah?
He has.
She be flat. Oops.
You believe flat.
She be
Certainly flat on one side.
Mm.
Eva said she's been drinking Cava with strawberries.
Oh, sounds
afternoon.
lovely. I
Mm.
haven't got any alcohol
And
in
you-
until I get my delivery
Eh.
tomorrow.
And you're telling me to calm down, Eva. I'm just on my first 10 of tenants.
I'm getting some alcohol delivered tomorrow.
You don't need it.
2 kegs.
I'm having a party. I'm having a party on my own.
kegs. 2 party bottles are coming.
Sherry.
8
Right.
gallons in each.
I think I'm just going to round that edge off a little bit more.
Ah, is that Douglas just joining us, or has he been in for a while?
He's been in.
Hi, Douglas. Just seen him type a whole lot of names in there. He's a very slow typer, obviously. Although his spelling's immaculate, unlike mine.
Now, Gerard, the French tourist, says, I'm fed up with the guys at work. They don't call me chef anymore. But Grandad.
We love you.
No,
Comes with
you
the
want the
territory,
French way.
Gerard.
It's Pappy.
No, Granda. You're not in France anymore, by love.
Better than Pops. Right, sand it up.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of
Eva's having a little bit of finger trouble there with her with the amount of cava she's drank, obviously. She's having trouble with her cap locks.
That's a nice grain on it, isn't it?
it's very pretty. So I'm going to sand this up.
John Scarborough's in.
Hi, John. How you
Evening,
doing?
John.
Hi, John. There are 59 people watching. We've been going for 15 minutes.
Welcome, everybody.
Pinned to the top of the chat, there is a link for the Maker's T-shirt. If anybody wants to purchase the Maker's T-shirt, which is going towards the dementia charity this year. So if you haven't already got one, nip over there, purchase one. Richard Field is shouting. Who's shouting?
Oh, no,
Oh,
it's
Jared.
Eva.
Jared.
It's Eva that's shouting.
Who was it? No, I think it's
Yeah.
Jared. He says no, Grandad. No, Grandad.
No, just
Happy.
above. Just below that. Stop shouting.
Oh, stop
Eva.
shouting, Eva. Oh, Eva's always shouting.
Don't shout. It's Friday. Don't need
Oh.
to shout on a Friday.
I've missed so many
No.
names here, but hi to all again. Not to worry, Eva. We understand there. But press your cap locks button, you'll be fine. Oh, What has Doug said now? Prize dyslexia does not help. You're absolutely right, Douglas.
Right.
Even just said, "Shut it, Richard. You love it." Oh, there's Wood dude showing off. He's talking French now. I can't do French.
I can speak
I
a
have
little
trouble.
bit, but not.
Oh, I have trouble enough with English, Joe.
The only couple of
So
French
do I.
words I know, I can't really say.
I bet. Fred Gilliver's in.
Hi, Fred.
Good evening, Fred. And Ruby's in. Ruby
Hi,
Clare's
Ruby. How are you?
Good
Hi,
evening, Ruby.
Right, so I'm going
I'm
to
Fred.
take this through to, because I'm leaving the bottom natural. Take this up to 240.
Oh no. You know what that means, don't you?
Actually,
Oh,
I'll change
yes.
my mind. I'm going to take it up to 600 now.
There may be singing ahead.
Oh my goodness.
As Mark would say, it's time for the earplugs. And Douglas will no doubt remind us nearer the time.
Oh yes. The cats will do runners.
Ow! Eva, I speak a variant of English called Scottish. Basically because we were invaded by the English.
Oh,
Or would you been speaking in Scots still?
I don't think you've ever forgiven us, have you?
Nope.
All thanked us for bringing them into civilization.
Civilization. Romans tried that. Look what happened to them. Be careful.
I mean, until the we took over, they were still digging holes in the field to go to the toilet.
What do you mean we were still? What do you mean we were still?
Douglas Mullen, my ears have started bleeding already.
Oh, Douglas.
Oh, Douglas.
Not
That's
very
a
nice.
shame, Douglas. I feel so sorry for you, Douglas. Not.
Steve Fleming, please, please, no singing.
No, Steve, there's no need.
Sucks to be
Scots is
you.
a reckon. When the Woodturning suggests that Scots is a recognised language, it absolutely is. And Donna says that Scots is part Pictish. Yeah, it will be. All language are an amalgamation of the areas they were evolved, the areas they evolved in, and additions from other parts, particularly English.
Yeah.
Oh yes, English has lots of words in it that are not English. That have been stolen from elsewhere.
We've got some French words in
That's
it.
what we like.
Oh, loads.
Now, Colin's saying he's done his goblet today.
Oh, well done, Colin.
Yay. But Roy's not been able to do his yet.
Richard Phelan says, half the world still haven't forgiven you. Never mind just Scotland. This is true, of course.
Had some nice goblet pictures in already, so thanks to everybody who sent them over.
Oh, that's good. John Scarborough sent his in. I haven't sent mine yet, but then that's true to form for me. Steve might get it next Thursday night, maybe, if he's lucky.
Unless I have to remind him on the Friday or Saturday, though, when I'm actually doing the video.
Yeah, that'll not be the first time that's happened.
I don't know.
Just not very organised. I'm retired, I don't really care either. Scots as a language came up in the Scottish census. Well, it definitely is a language. There's a little girl on who I see somewhere on TikTok, if I could remember that wee girl's name, who does a whole lot of things about the Scottish language. But I don't think I can remember her name. We just have a quick look.
Wayne says he sent his photo today.
You did, Wayne? I got it.
I've
Thank you
seen
very
that
much.
goblet. That was excellent.
Yeah, very
Excellent
nice.
goblet, Wayne, by the way, at lunchtime today.
I
Excellent.
I watched a bit of your live before I came on, mate. Really nice job. I like the texturing on the stem. Really nice.
The spiraling. With
Yeah.
The Robert Sorby spiraling tool.
At that point, I was
Yeah,
eating lunch
this-
with friends in York.
So the girl I'm talking about is a girl called on TikTok. She's called Miss Punny Penny. That's her
Right.
page name, Miss Punny Penny. PUNNYPENNIE. And she talks about the Scottish language all the time. She's quite funny, and she handles people giving her a hard time in the chat, the little comment section. She handles their comments with great aplomb. She's fabulous. She's worth the watching.
Look at that. That's pretty. Isn't it?
Got Wedge Woodworks. Chase has come in.
Good evening.
Hi,
Welcome.
Chase.
Hi, Chase. Welcome, buddy.
It'd be a shame to colour that, wouldn't it?
Jared the French Turner says, when I came into Ireland 41 years ago, and you're still calling yourself French, Jared. Okay. There was Taggart on the TV, and it took me years to understand what they were saying.
Murder.
There's been another murder.
Right, so sand and sealer.
Oh, yeah.
Couple of nice thin coats of cellulose sand and sealer. Let the grain pop. This is dry, soaking that right in.
So Donna has said, correct, the Scots is not Gaelic. Only West Coast Islands really spoke it, and it was never really spoken where I am. It was Pictish and then Scots. We have a thing in Ulster now called, it's part of the languages group. Here we have sort of Irish Gaelic, Ulster Scots, English, and there's something else which is so far down the list I can't remember his name. But that's the three sort of official languages in Northern Ireland. Madness, game. So Irish Gaelic rather than Scottish Gaelic. Good Wizardry by Colin says, damn, that's pretty.
Yeah, it's a nice bit of wood, isn't it?
It is.
Let that soak in, and I'll denib that, and then I'll give that another coat of sand and see. That's soaking that really in well.
Not too cold.
She's thirsty. She'd be thirsty.
Be very dry.
So I just burnish it actually with some shavings.
Jared, no need to shout, Jared. He says he still has. I still have my French passport and my French driving license. No intention of changing. French to start, French always, French
God.
and proud to death. Good man, Jared. You work away. I'm Scottish and always will be.
I got an Eiffel Tower I got when I went to France. Does that make me French as well?
No, makes you a tourist. French people don't have Eiffel Towers. They just have the real one.
Eiffel Tower.
It's only tourists who take their things home.
Well, I actually didn't take it home. Nick did.
Wayne
Well,
says,
I'm Yorkshire.
you are indeed, we know this. Wayne the Woodturner says, over towards Stranraer, we say they speak Galway Irish. Oh, okay. They speak Galway Irish.
Galloway.
And Todd from Grand Cove says, what about Notre Dame Irish? Yeah, true. There's more Irish people in America than there is in Ireland. Apparently. The French Todd says exactly. Bloody tourists. Very good, Jared. French economy would suffer badly without tourists.
I think every economy would.
Chase is saying that looks very similar to honey locust.
Mm,
Not that I've ever seen honey locust, I have to say.
no, it's
No.
a piece of elm. That's what it is.
Elm, yeah.
Piece of elm.
Well, that's what was written on it.
Yeah.
That's what was written on it.
So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to sand that back to 240 grit. Because I think if I denib it, that's not going to push it back, but we'll try it.
Oh, now we've got Welsh in. Even got Welsh in now. Colin from the Wood Wizardry says, "Yeah, okay."
Nice try.
Cymru an Blythe. I think that is Cymru an Blythe or something. Sorry if I murdered that, Colin. Cymru is Wales, isn't it?
Did
Actually, that's not too
something
bad.
like that.
Right, so this is your 30-second warning.
Oh no!
Ah, Ward Wilson's in. Paul
Hi,
from
Ward.
Woodturning at Home is in.
Hi, Paul.
All right, both
Yeah.
of you.
Who else did
Good
you say that?
evening.
Ward.
Ward
Hi,
Wilson.
Ward.
So Yorkshire Grit original.
Todd says we came for the wood turning and get a bonus of history lessons. Yeah, perfect. Well, it's usually cooking on Sundays with Steve. Gerard assists with that as well.
Yeah, Nick misses Gerard's cooking tuition.
Tips. Yeah, tips and tricks by Gerard. There's
Right.
a new channel for you, Gerard. When you retire in 231 days or whatever it is. That'll spur Gerard in to tell us how many days he's got left now.
Yeah. Hands that feel pity can be soft as your face. With light brown Yorkshire gritty. I've got to say, Brian, I was going to say it before I sang, and then I thought, nah. You've got an awful lot of red things.
Red things.
Yeah, in your
Sorry.
study.
Oh, right, on the top shelf.
Well, yeah, you obviously favour red as a colour.
I like red, yes, yes. Red is my favourite colour.
I like red as well because it covers up blemishes.
Was it?
It's got nothing to do with covering. It's dyes. It's not paint. It's dye. So if it had blemishes, it would highlight them.
Let me just reel in that float from that line I just cast out there.
I know. I know. I just thought I'd bite for the fun of it, just to make your day a little bit more exciting. You know, like you, most of you fishermen spend all day. They do. It's
Dave
pretty.
Oatie's in. Good evening,
Hi, Dave.
Dave.
Hi, Dave.
We've now got 60 people watching.
Welcome, everybody. And thanks,
a grand
everybody.
total of 26. I was about to say 26 thumbs up until I pressed the button and gave it a thumbs up myself. 27 thumbs up. 28 now. Joe must have just pressed her button as well.
So what's everybody up to at the weekend then?
What we're doing this weekend? Well, tomorrow the contractor is coming back and first thing in the morning to turn the hay again. And then we're baling it tomorrow night, and then I'll have to move all the bales up to the storage area.
Busy.
And then do something with them to stop the crows attacking them.
Shotgun, mate.
We've now got 45 bales off the field down in the Castlewell Road. That's about 6 acres. And I've got 4 acres left to bale, which should give me another 20 odd bales, so maybe 25.
Great.
Nice.
Nice to get it all
Loads
done.
of food for the winter now, so that's the biggest worry of the summer out the way.
Excellent. Donna has said Cadbury's purple is her favourite colour. I'll go with you, Donna. I love purple. I also like pink.
I quite like purple too. I did do a purple thing, send it to Joe, didn't I? Did I send you a purple mouse, Joe?
No, it was one of the Joe Sonia. It was a Joe Sonia.
Oh, that's a Joe Sonia one. Oh,
but did it have purple on it, Joe?
I do have a purple mouse somewhere.
To be honest with you, Steve, I'm not sure because it was a combination of
colours. That's just.
No, it was one of these. It was one of those. So there is a little bit of purple in it, Joe.
Very slightly, yeah.
It was this one, wasn't it?
Oh, look! I've got his brother.
Yeah. He's a cute little fella.
Wayne says he's got a big lump of ash on the VB.
He has.
Which is turning.
Is that tomorrow night's project?
I think that's Saturday night, is it?
Might be. Jennifer Crafton Creations is in.
Hi, Jennifer. How are you?
John Scarborough says he's child minding our grandchildren this weekend, but he may try and escape to the workshop. Yeah, just lock them in a cupboard, John.
Take him in the
Take
workshop.
them in a cupboard.
Just
No,
not,
no, no, no,
not
no,
the screws,
no,
not
no,
the,
no, no,
not the screws on the floor and
Just-
saying, "Oh, just sort them out for me, kids."
no, no. Put them in a cupboard. Put a chair up against the handle, and then go to the workshop for 2 hours, and then come back out and see if they're okay. They'll be fine. They're in a cupboard. What
You'll
could go
fall
wrong?
asleep.
What
Now,
could go
Steve
wrong?
Fleming's got a question. He says, "I've got some cottonwood. Does anyone know how it turns?" Not even heard of that.
Cottonwood, no, never tried it.
Never even heard
Wayne
of it.
might, no.
Never even heard of it, to be honest.
So Chase has said I've just fired up my CNC for production run of salad utensils, and I hope they get a goblet for Goblet Week filmed and uploaded. Good man.
Good man.
Jeez.
So I'm putting on here
Good one.
a coat of Hampshire Sheen high gloss wax, just to
Did you
seal
say
it.
Woodburn Paul was in, Joe?
Yep.
Okay.
Good evening, everybody. I was just about to actually. Is that your go-to finish then, when you've got a plain, plain finish without colour or anything like that?
Yeah, I do prefer it. I find I get a better finish with the Hampshire Sheen. I do the wood wax.
Okay, stand by your beds, men. Mark was in, my wood turners in.
Oh,
Oh, heck.
Melbourne
Evening,
Mark, we're having a smashing time tonight, mate.
Oh. Yeah, don't.
What?
Too
Poor
late.
Mark.
What's the
Poor
matter?
Mark had a disaster earlier. He's had a bit of a disaster.
Oh no.
I don't know if he wants to tell you or not, but
Apparently,
I'm saying nothing.
Ruby
On the grounds, he got told off earlier. Cottonwood is
saying,
okay to turn, and it's pretty soft.
There you go.
You set them up, Joe, I'll bat them.
I said it without my mouth moving. To win-win. Right, can I have some interesting grain, apparently.
And Acid said it makes great jumpers, apparently. Cottonwood. Very good, Aston.
Boom boom.
John McDonald says it's very soft.
Now, Archie says he's got a lump of lime with some punk bits. Any thoughts on how to sort it out?
Yeah, give it to a carver.
Lime's not very good
Give
wood
it to a
to turn.
carver.
It's very dusty, isn't it, lime?
No.
when it's-
It's very soft as well. That's why carvers like it.
So,
That's easy with a carving chisel.
I'm going to give us 2 coats of wax.
Good evening, Jennifer. I have to say good evening to Jennifer.
Oh, heck. Benjamin's in.
Stand by your beds.
Good evening.
Oh no, trouble at mill. Dara Jones says, I never turned cottonwood, but when I was working in home building, we did do all the cabinet finish work and the spiral staircases in blue cottonwood that was found in a river, dried and milled. There you are.
All right, there we go.
Excellent.
So no pressure at all when I'm
I've seen a
puffing
few-
off.
No,
That's
doesn't mean
quite
it.
nice.
Just
If you apply pressure, you just generate heat.
Doesn't that kind of
And it makes it streaky.
dull it?
It can make it streaky.
yeah, it heats the wax, and then the wax don't coat properly. It just like Brian says, makes it all streaky.
David J.
Dave-
Hill. Heath, the Guildford Carpenter, is in. Good evening,
Hi.
David.
Good evening.
Good
David.
evening, David. Welcome. What are you laughing at? She's sitting there watching her iPad, and every time somebody's name comes to the bottom, she's just desperately trying to jump in there before me.
Rex
B
B's in.
says, Happy Friday, everybody. Yeah, I told you she was trying to jump in there.
Hi Rex, how you doing?
Good evening, Rex.
That's funny.
Yes, I've got my phone because I'm on an iPad and an iPhone. I can't get the chat up.
I've got
to it.
Right, so there we have our finish,
extreme.
nice and
That's
smooth.
lovely.
So that's the bottom all finished. So now we've just got to hope that our mortise holds.
What more results? Okay, Fred Gulliver retracted a message. He did he? Oh, what did everybody have for their dinner this evening?
I ain't had mine yet.
Oh, have you not? Oh,
Nope. Right.
I had lovely Wagyu burgers
I'm having mine
that my son
after I finish.
made for me.
Nice.
They were fabulous.
Right, so half inch bowl gouge just to flatten the front of this out.
Anybody have anything exciting for that?
I had steak pie at lunchtime.
Was that homemade steak pie?
Yeah, right.
Don't think so, but it was really tasty. So
Woodworking by Colin. Question, Steve. This is actually a question. Goodness sake. When using rainbow wax, does it need polishing after applying it?
I wouldn't know, Colin. I haven't got any to try.
Colin, I'm going to give you the benefit of my expertise on rainbow wax.
don't do it.
Don't use it. Yeah. There is a skill involved, and if you want to see somebody applying it with some aplomb, go and have a look at Stuart Farini, because I can't use it. It dries far too quick or something. I don't know.
Does it dry really quick?
No good is it at all. Yeah, it does.
I'm going to get some. Just got to build up the confidence.
I'll send you some if you want it, Steve. That's okay. I'll send you it, Steve. I'll not be using it again.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I can't work it.
Everybody's now naming what they've had, and I've not had any tea. That was for
Oh,
lunch.
that's a
what
bit
I
bad.
had.
Oh, yellow fish and new potatoes with sweet corn. Oh, that sounds nice. John Scarborough had meatballs and pasta.
Yeah, but Dara, steak fillet and fresh
Oh.
green beans. Oh, could just eat
No,
that.
sorry. Seared steak fillet.
Oh,
Seared steak fillet. I mean, my mouth's watering already. Fred Gulliver says his fingers are not working too well this evening.
Oh, sorry about that, Fred.
That's a bit sad to hear, Fred. I hope they get better. It's more to do with his typing ability than his fingers, I think.
Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a line in this.
Quite good.
So where I'm going to go to with the texture.
Steve's drawing a line in the sand. He's going to draw a line in the sand. Douglas Munga had minced beef, mushrooms, onions, and a homemade pie. Lovely.
So that's where I'm going to go up to with the texture.
Steve Fleming enjoyed his dinner. He said he had some green stuff and potatoes.
Green stuff.
And now I'm eating peanut M&Ms.
Oh, mate, I love
like
peanut
peanut
M&Ms.
M&Ms.
Oh, man. I think I'd rather have that than meat and potatoes. Right, so we're using the Proxxon with a rasp blade in it. Brian's going to chuck the link up for the Proxxon and the blade, just in case anybody's interested.
I said that.
So this is, I don't know if you can really see that on the camera, but if I bring it too close, it's going to go out of focus. Let's put it on this camera here, and maybe get a better picture, because that's autofocus. Oh, we're looking at the stars. So what you can see is it's like a flat disc with little tiny metal nibs on it. It's more of a rasp than more for sanding than it is for cutting. But what I'm going to be using this edge here to do some nice wavy lines in there. That's the plan anyway. So when you use this,
so that's the.
Go on, sorry.
Go ahead, Steve.
When you use this, try not to get your hands over these vents, because this is where it draws in air. A lot of people moan that these burn out after a short period of time, but you see a lot of people holding them there and they can't breathe and therefore can't cool the motor down. So you need to try and hold it there, and then I'm going to use the head to control it, but obviously keep your fingers away from that in there. If it gets too noisy shouting, I'll
okay. You won't be able to hear us.
I can hear you.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, you'll be able to hear us.
Callum's having to go.
Right, Callum. Catch you later on the
Nice
next one.
job there, Steve. Have a good one. Yep.
And safe travels back to Prague when you're going home, buddy.
Oh, what's your feeling? It's time for a whiskey, methinks. Oh, I could just drink a whiskey.
Woodworking by Colin just says, I'll do you a swap, Brian, for a coaster. I've already promised them to Steve, Colin, if you're talking about the waxes. Now, that link I've just put in is the link to the Proxxon page itself. And it lists all the different discs that you can have as well.
Have
I
you
think
thought
the
about a
disc
colour?
number.
Sorry, Brian, I'm just away with the
Oh,
fairies
colours.
there. Yeah.
Purple is the colour today. Apparently.
Purple. Like that.
Richard feeling. You can keep your whiskey, Richard feeling. In fact, I might
Oh,
have a nice
no.
bottle of whiskey for you. I think I'll just have a look in my cupboard. Oh. Benjamin says, burn the witch.
No, what's that with?
What's this now? We're on catfish, bream, shrimp, and crab, and crawfish. Dara, you have some fancy eating, I have to say.
It's a bit like Lock Fine offers.
And Fred Gulliver says that you're quite right, Richard. I shall have 1 or 3 shortly. Very shortly, which means now, in fact. I can't even say that. Todd at Glen Cove would got some crawfish. I don't know what that means.
Never heard of it.
Toothy? Etouffee? I don't know how you would say that. It maybe sounds good, but I can't say it.
Ben saying, crikey, there's a massive delay today.
And Colin says that thing's expensive. It is, yeah.
How much?
The long neck grinder, the powered one, is £140-ish. You can find them for as low as for about 100 quid somewhere, some places, on up to 140 odd. But the discs are expensive as well, I have to say. I think Steve paid 45 quid for that one he's using now.
Yeah. That
or
kind of figures, doesn't it? Yeah.
Dara says that's close. Thanks, Dara. That's close, she says.
Hodgepodge says, etouffee. Oh, you're nearly right, Brian.
Etouffee. Is it a French word, by any chance?
I don't even know what it means anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Neither do I. But I just wondered, is it a French word? Because if you say it with a French accent, it sounds better. Or a French-ish accent.
Scottish French, you mean?
You know that? I was going to say tourist French, you know.
I know how to order wine in French, and that's and beer.
No, I
that's
don't.
the
I can't even
important
do
thing.
that. I just point at the menu when I go abroad. I love that. 2 of those. I point at the menu. 2 of those. Ah, dear.
Cajun.
It is French, Dara says.
Okay.
Jared, how do you say that? He's French. He's better know. Don't start, Brian. Don't forget, I'm heading down towards Cork-ish. Mr. Jared.
Douglas says, Brian, that's my mum's pocket money. Well, at least you get pocket money, Douglas.
Oh, Douglas, you have this badly worked out, son. My pocket money is my state pension. That's my monthly pocket money. And Michelle ain't getting any of it. It's mine.
It's mine. Now, Robert's saying turning kind of looks like a bloodshot eyeball if you coloured it that way.
It does a bit, yeah. So you could blacken the middle.
Really, doesn't it? Yeah.
Sort of bloodshot red round the next bit.
Right, so.
And then white with red streaks around the outside. It'll be fine.
Was it easy to control, Steve?
Yeah, it's just that the blade's very aggressive, so you only just touch it.
Right.
It's because it's doing like 16,000 RPM. It's just as soon as you touch it, it's just in there. But it's all right.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to sand it up now. So I'm going to sand the outside.
Oh, sorry.
Go on.
Well, Jared's just explaining that whatever that word was. He says it's a French cooking term. He says.
Yeah.
go.
A mini angle grinder.
That's me educated again. It is a mini angle grinder, that's all it is, yeah. A long-necked angle grinder, that's what it's called.
So you could go to a tool shop and just buy an angle grinder.
No, angle grinders spin far, far too fast.
Ah.
Ordinary angle grinders spin far, far too fast.
They only spins about
They can't-
16,000
You-
RPM.
Oh,
Yeah, 1,600, if not 16,000.
No, I thought it was 16,000.
I don't think so. It better not be
15,000
16,000. That's
15
usually fast.
15,000 RPM it's got on the box, on the side of the machine.
1, 5, and 3 zeros.
Yep. 1, 5, and 3 zeros.
Was it?
Yeah.
let me
That's,
check that.
that's really fast.
Now, Richard Phelan is saying, when are you heading down to Glenn's, Brian?
Glenn's will be, the course is actually on the 20th, 21st, and 22nd, but I'm going down, I think we're going down on the 19th. I think I have to pick Terry and Pete up at Dublin Airport on the 19th sometime. Not sure when yet. But that's on my way down anyway, so
You've not mentioned Glenn there.
I'll be picking up Glenn on the 18th
Ah, right.
from Belfast Airport. He's flying out of Belfast, so I had to pick him up. He's staying with me on the Monday, Tuesday night, and then we're going down to Gary Hill, I think it is, it's called. I think. In the little downland. To spend 4 days with, 4 days with Glenn Lucas. 3 days with Glenn Lucas. So we're staying overnight the night before and staying overnight at the end. Oh, that just sounds like a boozy session. That does. Wayne says, "Yeah, I use a 4.5-inch angle grinder a lot. I've used it too, Wayne. But sometimes it can be right and aggressive. But if you're careful, you can use whatever tool you like. It's entirely up to what you want to use in your workshop."
Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spend a little bit of time just trying to get some of these grooves and get a little sand in them, because some of them are just a little bit fluffy from the disc. Fluffy.
Yeah. Robert says, "Is there enough room in your barn for Glenn and your horses?" I've got a spare stable for Glenn. It's okay, Robert. The horses can have the barn, and I've got 3 spare stables. I'm sure Glenn will fit in one of them.
Well, you need to keep him away because he does half snore.
Oh, that's okay. The stables are up at the yard. So they're 800 metres away. So if I hear him snoring from that far away, I'll be fine.
Fair enough.
Roy the Boy says, "I have a Proxxon grinder on my abs and wish list. Just saying, folks." I never thought of that. Roy, I should start a wish list on my Axminster page. It could be a fortune. I fancy a new table saw from Axminster. So as I could do segmented stuff.
Did you really say that?
Oh,
That's-
no,
that's
just joking. No,
That's an expensive
only
side.
joking, folks.
That's an expensive segmented bit.
I know. Only joking. 75 people watching now, Steve.
Wow.
I'll
Thank
get
you,
ideas
everyone.
up. Come on.
Sorry, I'll try and look semi-professional.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Okay. I'm just going to mention it again. I know I've already done so, but there's a few more people in now. Has anyone heard anything about Woodturnings by Barry? Is anyone in touch with him?
Hopefully everything went good.
Yep, Wayne, that's exactly right. So Glenn is in France. He
Yep.
has to get back, park the bike, and then head off Ireland. That's exactly
Yeah,
right.
and he's got the cheek to ask me to take him to airport and pick him up.
And so you should too. There's nothing wrong with that. I can't see anything wrong with that at all. That's just what partners do for partners. That's the way it should work.
It's a bit one-sided, though, isn't it?
Well, I almost feel as if yeah.
See that big floodgate you just opened there, Steve?
Well, I think it is a bit one-sided. I think Joe should go to Ireland and Glyn stay at home and make some grit.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Colin says it's my 60th birthday in September. And have you
Oh,
got a
when
wish
in
list as well,
September?
Colin?
Right.
My
September.
birthday's in September.
Your birthday, I was going to say that. Your birthday's September too.
So I'm just
Cheers.
going to quickly run over that again just to get rid of
But I'm
any.
not 60.
Oh. Gab says Barry's had his operation and was sat up yesterday morning. He said he was very sore. Hi, Gav.
Oh, great, Gav.
So Gav's just joined us. That's good news. At least he's had the operation.
Please send him our best wishes.
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
indeed.
Tell him we're thinking of him.
Roy the boy says, if it works, Brian, someone send me an Axminster pen manual from it. That's the Axminster wish list he's thinking about. Oh dear.
Robert has said, well, just surprise Glyn with a new couch when he gets back home.
Yeah.
Actually, his new chair's supposed to be coming this week.
All right, okay. And Dave Oatley says, get your own bike, Joe, and sing all the way to the airport in the car.
It's not a bad idea. He hates my singing.
I would say there are a few in the chat might agree with that. Not me, of course.
Oh, I can't believe that.
Right, so a bit of colour now then.
I mean, Douglas Mungham's out there, you know.
I know.
So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray the whole thing black.
No.
I am going to spray the whole thing black. And then I'm going to sand it back, leaving the grooves black. And then we'll put some colour over the rest.
Mm.
Brian sounds indecisive.
Mm.
Mm.
That's, see that black in the grooves is real common.
Is it?
Well, the last platter I did has got black grooves in it.
Oh yeah,
And
I
then
don't want to
did
be
sort
seeing. I don't want to be seeing copying you, Brian.
and then I did sort of red round the outside, red and orange round the outside. Looks like tiger stripes.
Okay.
But anyway, you go for it, mate.
All
Whatever
right.
you want.
What
It's kind of
about
hard to do anything else because if you're going to spray over the top of it, anything else will pick up the colour. Black doesn't.
a red in the grooves then, and then yellows?
Well,
and... All right.
Yellow. Not my
Douglas
favourite
Munger
colour.
says, Brian, I'm not on the list because Joe likes me.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you crawler, Mugham.
Now, Colin's saying I'm still waiting for my sticker from Glyn lol. Yeah.
you'll be waiting a
Well,
long while, Colin.
takes his time.
Stickers?
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Runs very tight with these stickers right enough, I have to say.
So
What you'll have to do, Colin, is go to Harrogate and ambush him.
sky blue in the grooves then.
Okay.
It needs to be a
But your,
dark
your
colour.
problem is, yeah, it does.
Well, sky blue's not
Right.
dark,
What
is it?
about midnight blue?
All right, midnight blue then.
That's darker.
You're right.
And then you can put lighter colours over the top of that then. It obviously has to be darker in the groove because if you put light in the grooves and then paint over it, it'll just cover it up.
Yeah, it will.
Chisky Wood Creations is in. Wayne suggesting to stick with the black and the red, Steve.
There you go.
Roy's the boy. Brian, you missed my question.
What question, Roy? Sorry. What's the question? Let's go back. Question. Steve, I'm glad I've not got milk bottle legs like you now.
Oh, thanks for that, Roy.
That's because you were away in Corfu, lying on the beach for a fortnight, Roy the boy. Steve's been at work. Ish. You wearing your shorts at work, Steve? No?
No, because I've been kneeling around on concrete floors.
Ah, not allowed, yeah. No good. I was talking to the Open Reach engineers today, and they were complaining about the heat. And said, wish we could wear shorts, but they're not allowed to wear shorts in case they have to climb a pole.
Well, they'll end up with splinters.
Yeah, there you go. See, they're just not allowed to wear shorts climbing a pole. I didn't know that. And Jared, the French turner, is shouting, Steve, if you want to do black, do it. It's your life and it's your piece.
Yeah, but I don't want people to think
All
I'm
in
copying
capital.
Brian.
All in capital letters.
Nobody will think you're copying Brian.
Red won't reflect to black. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Wayne. It won't. Light colours over dark don't really affect it.
I really want that black in them grooves.
Blue it is, Steve.
Blue.
We just had that conversation. It's midnight blue you're using.
No, that's black.
Oh no, you didn't go back to black, did you? No,
I
it's
did.
midnight blue. You.
That's black. That's
Is it?
black. That's black.
It's
Yeah.
blue on
Well,
my
it
screen.
looks
Now.
like blue in the centre.
It's
Oh,
blue
what?
on my screen.
There, that's blue there. Yeah, because I tested it there. But that's black. Look.
Robert from Hodgepodge says, you're copying Brian unless you get yourself an SK114. Nah, Steve had his record pursed up before I did. I copied Steve on that.
I like record power.
And Wayne says, I've done black and red and you're copying me. You're absolutely right, Wayne. I did copy you. You're absolutely 100% right.
So I'm copying Brian, who copied Wayne. Who did you copy, Wayne?
And yeah, that's exactly right. I wonder who Wayne copied that from. Yeah. There ain't nothing new in woodturning, boys. Chrissy's Wood Creation says, hey, Brian, my wife loves your accent, but she still can't understand the word she says. I'll tell you what's wrong, Chrisky. She's not listening quick enough.
Quick enough.
She listens too slowly.
Right, so that's the black on. Let that dry. She has to get hot again.
Jared says, copy Brian? He copied someone else, so he can't say you copied him. There's no license on it. Yeah, well, I suppose you're right, Jared. There ain't no copyright on wood turning things. I don't think I've seen any copyrighted pieces anywhere in the world, I suppose. And Wayne says, I've copied loads of other people. Yeah, of course we have. We've all done it. We all do it every day. Because there ain't nothing new in wood turning. It's just variations of a theme.
Yep.
So when did we
Not
agree on the
proper
next
wood
Battle
turning
of the
test.
Makers? 20, 20.
When did we agree?
The 26th.
29th. Steve.
29th.
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 The 20. Steve, the 26th of Tuesday.
Well, you know, I'm flexible.
It's the 29th is the Battle of the Makers. You're not that flexible. It is
Yeah.
indeed. Because we were all kind of busy this month. Todd from
I
Glencove
hadn't
says,
realised we've missed one in April.
Yeah, well, I was on holiday,
Oh, for
weren't I?
goodness
No, it was
sake.
Casey's birthday and that, wasn't it? My
That's true.
birthday, Casey's birthday.
It's Casey's birthday, yeah.
That's right. Yeah. I'm losing it, I'll tell you.
So
Well,
Todd
we
says
didn't
he's
know
had to
anything.
put up closed captioning on to figure out what Brian is saying. And even then I was confused. You have to
Matt's-
listen quicker too, Todd. It's not difficult.
Matt's workshop is in. Good evening,
Matt.
Matt.
Oh, Matt, how
And
you
Andrew
doing?
said it's called Stealing with Pride.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Jay says it's listening to Brian is easy when you have friends in Australia too. Yeah, Scottish and Aussies get on very well, I have to say.
All right, so I'm going to go back to 120 grit. Light passes, just to get rid of this black off the high points.
Dark Crone says, no one could ever make the same thing another person has made. It will be different in some way or other. But you see then, in copyright law, it has to be at least 1/3 different. I think is the measurement when if you're dealing with logos and the like. Needs to be 1/3 different. So some American lawyer decided, or American judge. Todd from Glencoe. When he first started watching me, he says, I played your lives back at half speed. I try to speak very slowly too.
I've been accused of speaking too fast.
Bruce Watt says, I understand everything Brian says. No problemo at all. That was my Italian accent there. Did you hear that? You just stick O in the end of everything. It's terrible. We are really bad at learning other people's languages.
Right, so I'm not going to send that back no more than that on 120. Just gradually got the grits now.
I'm not laughing at you, see, I'm laughing at Wayne.
Yeah.
He says, I always try to mention who influences my turning, but with my age and my memory, I sometimes forget. Now, what day is it, Wayne?
Got a Y on the end.
I resemble that remark, Wayne. Oh dear. John Scarborough says, I would be honoured if anyone copied my work. Trouble is, I copy everybody else's. No original ideas, hashtag, he says. Yeah, it's hard to have an original idea, mate. There are really no original ideas. Just make what you fancy.
Yeah.
And if you see something in a book, have a look at it and say,
Oh, God.
well, that's really good. I could maybe do something a little bit different. Just tweak it a little bit, and then it's different. Wayne says it's Thursday.
Thursday.
Thursday
Oh,
is the
no.
answer to everything. Yeah, it's a bit like
Thursday.
42, isn't it? Afton says, thanks for the Sabre 350 recommendations. It's an awesome piece of kit. It is indeed, Aston.
It is. That'll be
I think
my.
it's well worth the.
That'll be my next pencil.
£1,200, I think. Yeah, I think it's about 1,200 quid's worth, but it's really well worth the money if you can save up and buy it. Donna says, I get every word clearly, not sure about my spelling and grammar, mind you. Same here, Donna. I didn't learn to spell in school.
Yeah. Isn't the greatest form of flattery?
Yep.
Douglas says, sure is.
Right, so.
Is that a nice rolled edge you're putting on that, Steve?
Rounded edge, not roll.
Roll the voice, same thing, Steve. Rolled and right.
That's not.
Des.
Don't be silly, Brian.
No.
Roy the boy says, question, Steve, are you copying Brian's rolled edge?
No,
Or
I'm
my
round.
rolled edge?
No, mine's a
I
round
stole
edge.
it from somebody else. He just rolled the edge.
It's a round edge. It's round. It's round. Right, so colours.
Krisky says, I consider being copied a compliment. I do as well, Krisky. If anybody copies my stuff, I just think, well, that's fabulous. Thanks very much for copying it. At least I've inspired one person. that's probably about it.
So,
unlike Wayne, who's inspired hundreds of people who copy his work all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So some yellow first.
Which is good.
Yellow.
Yellow.
Did you say yellow there?
Yellow, yeah.
It's like a tiger.
Yeah, Ben Jones says record power have finally switched to a better guide bearing system design. They have, Ben, and I put a few emails into them, kind of pressurizing them to do a modification to the BS 350, which is the one down from the Sabre, for a bearing guide system.
Then they do it. There is an update for that, isn't there?
No, there isn't. Not a record power designed one. No.
Oh right, okay.
They said there is no plans to do that in the foreseeable future. There is a modification if you look on YouTube that you can do, but it involves drilling the pillar. You know, the steel pillar that goes up the side of your bandsaw. It gives it the strength. It involves drilling a hole in that. So, and doing something with the guard as well. I'm not modifying the machine currently because it's still under warranty. And it works. I mean, the one I've got, the BS 350, works.
What colour's that, Steve?
Flame red.
Flame red.
Tiger stripes, tiger stripes.
So, is this intrinsics?
Susie
is.
in Swiss Woodturner says,
Yes, it is.
can we have some of the gentleman Woodturners black and yellow, please?
Ooh,
Did you know
Susie.
that Mark has his own colour range now? It's called black and yellow.
Black and yellow.
It's the Beckett black and yellow. Signature colour range. He's being very quiet. He must be. Is he at Kim's? He must be at Kim's today.
I don't know.
Usually is on a Friday, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he was heading to Kim's for the weekend. Yeah.
So the last
Wesley
one.
Hannah's in.
Hannah's in.
Good evening, Wesley.
Hi, Wesley. Last one I'm going to put on is Ruby.
Donna's funny. She says, I have no problems with the Scottish accent. Of course you should have no problems, Donna. Why would anybody have?
Barry's Wood
Which is
Creations
with the
is having to
Scottish.
go.
See you later, Barry. Thanks
Hi,
for coming
Barry.
over.
So, Steve, that's looking good. I'll catch you all later.
I'm not reading out Aston's comment.
PS is 13 subs short of 400. Just saying.
Who said
is?
that? Barry's Wood Creation.
Yes.
Oh, is he? Anybody who's not subbed to Barry, just hold on a minute. Well, let's do this, and we'll stick Barry's thing in. Thing. What do you call that thing?
Link.
Link. That's the word I was looking for.
Link. Link,
Blink. No, not blink. Link.
Link, Brian.
That's the one. Yeah, this is it. Clickety click. Copy the pasty. Anybody who's not subbed to Barry, let's pop over to that link there, show him a bit of support, and let's see can we get him up to 400.
So I'm now just putting
Excellent.
some more honey over the top of this, just to use it to blend in the colours.
Aston. I can't believe that. There's too much red in it, Aston.
Already subscribed.
I thought you would be.
Right, so that's the colours I'm going to use. I'll put on it. So honey, black
Yeah, right,
to start
Richard, I
with.
don't.
So black. Then we add
Black?
flame. No, black.
Did you do black right enough? Why is it blue in the middle of that bowl?
Because that's where I
Because
tested
you
it before I
tested it
changed.
in the middle.
Before I
All
changed it.
So you didn't like the blue idea?
No,
See, chicken date.
I did because I didn't think that would look right with blue. It's not dark enough.
Chicken.
I need to message my wife to see if she'll bring me a drink because I'm spitting feathers here.
There's a drink on side.
There's right on the side.
Where?
Next
Yeah,
to
that's
your
nearly,
goblet.
that's nearly empty.
It's half full, that glass. You're a real pessimist. Yeah, that comment didn't sound very
he gone?
appropriate, Brian. Yeah, who cares? Oh,
Just us then.
seriously, who cares? Why is she not listening to the chat anyway? I mean, why is she not in the chat? That's what I want to know. Why is Nikki not supporting Steve tonight?
I think EastEnders is on.
Well, I bet.
He's terrible, yeah. Soaps are on, yeah, exactly.
So I'm going to be using to seal that chestnut cellulose sand and sealer spray.
Oh,
Dusty. The reason being
Matt's
is
workshop, she said. Sorry, Steve, go ahead.
the reason being is if I use cellulose sand and sealer, then I'm going to blend the colours together even more. With if I use a spray, the colours won't blend any more than what they already are.
Okay.
I have sometimes have a bit of trouble with these acrylic, these aerosol
Why?
sprays.
It's because you're too
Because
heavy-handed.
the tendency is I use too much, and I can't
Light
get out of the
coats.
habit.
It's like lacquer.
Yeah, I
You've got to
know.
put light coats over it.
I know. I've been told 1,000 times. Must be a memory thing.
You need to do yourself a sign.
It must be not another sign. My workshop's coming down with signs. Rob from Cobberell just said Steve is the boss, and Matt's woodshop says subbed it to Brian. Did you just sub to me, Matt, or did you sub to Barry? Fred Gulliver just subbed to Barry. Bruce Watt says it's done. I think Matt means he subbed to Barry. I hope he did. John Scarb's already subbed. Yeah. Roy the boy just said, Steve, you have no chance if EastEnders is on.
Can't remember last time I watched that.
Yeah.
Just
Really,
don't do soaps anymore.
It's on every day now, isn't it? Except for Saturdays and Sundays.
I don't know, mate.
And Wayne's asking if he can put his link in for tomorrow night,
Yeah, of course you
Steve.
Yes,
Oh,
mate.
absolutely.
Yeah, of course you can.
Get in there, buddy.
Here she comes. Look, the apple of my eye. Thanks, babe. Yeah, it's here. Thank you. That's what-
Thanks, Nicky.
They're all saying hi.
Hi, Nikki.
She's saying hello. Thank you, babe.
Hello.
Sorry?
Jennifer's Craft and Creation says, I'm already subbed to Barry, Brian, and Steve.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you.
I've lost it now. Dave's saying,
There's,
just think how much it costs, Brian. You'll soon use less.
Well, that's true. Dave, that's a good thing. What I'll do is I'll put a sticker with a price on it, Dave.
Yeah.
I'm not scared of living dealers out, but I'll just stay in the cupboard.
What's the cost?
Yeah. And when the Woodturners put his link in there, guys, for tomorrow night, make sure you go over, pop on, and put the reminder on.
Turn that massive
Mint,
piece of.
isn't it?
He's turning a great big lump of ash, I think it isn't it? Wasn't it ash, he said?
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah, I think so. So I'm just going to denib this.
Jennifer's Crafts and Creations is 49 subs away from 500. She's coming on well too.
Yeah, definitely.
Good girl, Jennifer.
It's nice to see these channels growing.
Yep.
Ben saying every time Steve walks in front of the white drawers, his legs disappear.
Thanks for that, Ben. Nice. I'm so glad you care.
Ward Wilson says, who is this Brian guy? I have no idea, Ward. Some random guy just invaded the channel this evening. I have no idea who he is.
All right, so I'm just going to give it another quick light coat. Actually, I'm going to blow all the dust off it first.
The boy says, I'm shocked my wife wouldn't have moved if EastEnders had been on. Yeah, I call it my daily dose of depression if I have to watch that.
Yeah.
It's the most depressing programme. Oh, Ruby Claire's made a suggestion, Steve.
Go for it, Ruby.
How about a black rim?
Here? Or in there?
Inside or outside, Ruby? That reminds me, I have to put a sticker in the post for Jennifer. Which reminds me, I might need some more stickers. We have to get down on bended knees and beg my sticker supplier for some more.
Who's that then, Brian?
You. Steve the sticker man. When the Woodturner says Steve just went through his adolescence. No shorts for his trousers.
I ain't Wayne, there's no going through it. I'm still in it, mate.
I was just thinking that the shorts would do Terry as trousers.
Nice, I like that.
Mind you, it would take him 2 steps to get the legs to walk.
That's a shame of texture in there because that would really feel nice with some embellishing wax. That green.
Dara Crone says, in most southern states, it's where you can't understand what people speak, or the things that most people speak. That's not very well written, Dara.
Do you reckon I can get some
rephrased it.
embellishing wax in there?
No, not embellishing wax. No. Of course you could. Why not?
Well, I just don't want it in the black.
What the Ruby come back is about the rim. How about the black rim, she says. So the rim to me would be
Outside.
is it the rim of the bowl in the inside or the rim of the outside? Don't know really.
That rings a bell. Raleigh, North Carolina. That was where the American symposium was. Was it last year or the year before? No, it wouldn't be the year before.
Oh dear. I'm not laughing at you, Joe. I'm laughing at Todd.
Ah, yes.
Oh,
Right,
it's
if I try and put embellishing now, I'm going to get it all in the black. So I think I'm going to give it a miss.
yeah, well,
So I'm going to leave it as
Check.
is.
Let's go.
Right, so I don't know if I've got enough meat on here to put a black. I suppose I could just turn that down a little bit, but some of it is quite close to the. Because to me, a black rim is this edge here.
yeah, that's what I thought.
Does it looks eye-ish, doesn't it?
Aye.
It looks a bit like an eye at the minute, yeah. A bloodshot.
We'll do when I do the middle red.
It looks like a Sunday morning eye.
I can do. I'll do a rim. I was thinking about doing something here, black,
Ah,
Yeah, me neither, Dara. Don't be worrying.
and just take a little dish out the middle. Let me just take a little dish of that out the middle, and see what happens.
Yeah, we'll have a look then, yeah. Good idea.
It's a bit high, Steve.
Benjamin says, y'all want some fried chicken? That was my best southern accent there. It wasn't very good either, was it? Right. No.
it was dodgy.
I'll not do that again. I think that one would be best left in the cupboard. You're lucky, Dara. I didn't go to school. Well, not often. Douglas Mom says, yes, please, Ben.
It is, I agree, Ben. Fried chicken with mashed potatoes.
It is.
It is.
It absolutely is. Fried chicken and chips. Or French fries for you American.
Now, Ruby's saying both.
Oh, both.
Use a black marker.
Oh. Oh, I just right on the edge there, Ruby. Is that what we're talking about? Just where the blend? Oh, maybe not. I don't know. And Wayne agrees. Oh no, we're in trouble now, Dan. Wayne and Ruby are agreeing on something.
Oh, God help us.
We better think about doing it.
So I'm just going to round this off to make this sort of a little raised bit.
How much wood have we actually got left?
About 3/4 of an inch.
Would you like to have a look, Joe?
If he's lucky.
Yeah.
So the mortise is
okay.
3 mil deep. I think there's another 4 or 5 mil in the middle there, so not a great deal. But but it's a platter, so it doesn't need to be majorly deep anyway, does it? So
no, it doesn't now.
Steve Fleming says this could be a funnel. Well, it's that thin; it'll have to be a halo, not a funnel.
Oh, I like that.
What?
Having that double circle. I like that.
Oh yeah, okay. So the little black rim thing.
Yeah.
There's a huge delay between what I'm seeing in Steve's workshop and what I.
Yes.
And then when it gets to YouTube, it's a huge delay.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
It must be 30 seconds of a delay.
right.
Hodgepodge says burgers and fries make more sense. Here, Robert.
So this edge, what are we doing on this edge?
Whatever you want, Steve.
You see, you've left that little black line around that edge there.
Around here, around the outside.
Oh, sorry, that black line is not there now.
No, I've took it off. No, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to feather that black into red in the middle there.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, you go put red in the middle.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, I'm going to go black feathered into red, and if I just take a little bit off this rim and put a little bit of red on this rim.
On the outside edge, yep.
I mean black on the outside edge, sorry, not red.
Yeah.
Right there, yeah. And then feather it down into red. Wayne just helpfully put black on that edge. So that's the inside edge bowl we're talking about.
So if I do black on there, Black on there, feathered into red.
All right, okay.
Well, if you don't like it, you can always
Turn it off.
turn it off.
Exactly, Joe.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly that. Right,
Yeah,
so
Ben
let's
says
just...
there's about a 60-second delay.
Ah, what you're saying in the chat.
Yep.
Okay. Fortunately, it's not something we can change.
No, there's nothing you can do with that.
That's YouTube.
It's just the difference between what's going out and what YouTube is rebroadcasting. That's it, Steve. Wayne says.
Ben says they'll read that in 40 seconds.
Right, so I'm just going to get the drill and actually do that with the
Yeah.
drill because I think I'll get a better finish for that.
We could blow raspberries and run away.
I've always been a bit on the slow side anyway, so it won't matter for me.
And by the time it's broadcast, nobody will know. So,
Right.
so
I
Richard
do like
Jones
that
says.
grain on the wood though. That's
That's
really nice.
Richard says I'd rather have another whiskey and a bacon cheeseburger. Oh,
Whiskey. Back to whiskey again. I haven't got any alcohol in. I'll tell a lie. I've got Glyn's tequila.
Tequila.
why have you still got one? So why have you still got Glenn's tequila?
Well, he's gone into margaritas, so he's
So
bought the.
no, answer the question, Joe. Why have you still got it? And why have you not drunk it? He's not there.
Well, fair enough.
What's he going to do? Throw a tantrum when he comes home?
Yeah, that's the worst that can happen.
That's about the height of it. And besides that, you got the credit card. You can always buy another bottle, get it delivered tomorrow.
What you want to say to me is, well,
Well,
you
we got
left
it.
me. You left me unsupervised.
Yeah, you bought a
Well,
Wayne's T-shirt. You bought a Wayne's T-shirt.
Now he's left his iPad, and he bought the stuff off Amazon.
Oh no!
So I know the code to get into the iPad.
A repeat order. You'll never know.
No,
You just think and send it twice.
You could give me ideas, Brian.
I know. I'm shocking. I'm bad.
How are you doing there, Steve?
I just ordered some Dune Bar off Amazon.
Doom.
Unfortunately, oh, we've lost Joe.
Oh no.
No, Glyn's. No, I'm here.
Oh, are you okay? Oh, you're back.
Glyn
Glyn
just
was
cancelled
trying
his.
to-
Oh, she was off on Glenn's iPad there ordering a drink.
No,
Glyn's
Glyn was
just
trying
cancelled
to
his
ring
card.
me. He's trying to ring me on Messenger.
Oh, tell me, oh,
But he
does he
knows
not
I'm
know
here
you're,
with him tonight.
does he not know you're working? Tell me, go away.
Glyn, you didn't want to know her. Bring her later.
Yeah, exactly. Steve Fleming says ice cold cider. Not so sure about that though. I don't like ice cold drinks, I have to say. Richard Cullen says, what kind of house doesn't have any drink in it? A sober house, Richard. Colin from Wood Wizardry says, I've never tried tequila. Give it a go. Won't do you any harm. In moderation.
Yeah, I just don't fancy the worm, that's all.
Oh, Wesley Hanna. There's a local small chain in Yakima Valley in Washington State called Burger Ranch. It's the best burgers ever and deep fried asparagus.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Do they do the asparagus in butter? I wonder.
Ruby's saying it looks fine as is.
I agree. Benjamin says just beer, lager, and tea. A man after my own heart, Mr. Jamin, with the occasional brandy thrown in for medicinal purposes only.
Yeah, I won't drink the worm, but I don't fancy looking at it either.
Don't drink the worm, no. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, what's that, Brian? Never heard of them. Yeah, you're right. They're few and far between in this country, Richard. Even though a whole lot of them go to church on Sunday and profess to be so.
Yes.
I don't
Brian.
believe any of it.
Battered.
Oh, lovely.
I like
That's it.
asparagus.
That's,
Don't eat
yeah,
it
I
often
like it too.
enough.
Yeah, I like it too.
Ah, the Yorkshire gets in. Good evening, mon ami.
Oh, mon ami. More French. Here, Ben, do you see the witch in the background there? Holding my sticker. Do you see that? The little googly eyes is watching you, Ben.
Stephen, the wood dude, saying, where do we send the goblet photo to?
Oh,
Would you be able
I
to
will
put a
put
link in, Brian?
yes, doing it now.
That looks nice, Steve. I don't think you need to put anything else on it.
Don't you think?
There you go, Stephen. Email to skcrafts@btinternet.com.
I'll just feather this in black.
Pictures by this coming Friday. No, by
Yes.
next Friday.
Week today.
Week today. That's right. 7 days hence.
So this coming Friday, you were right.
This coming Friday, because this Friday is just passing. Let's not get all technical now. I think everybody knew what I meant. I hope.
Glad they did.
I knew what you meant.
Have you got a
She's
little
on-
bead on get into the bowl, Steve? Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's
Hmm.
shaped. I like that.
Wayne the Wood front runner says, Steve, leave it as it is.
Yeah, same as Ruby.
And Donna says, Steve, looks amazing.
Thank you, Donna.
And I'm going to show you one that's exactly the same.
Oh, here we go. Look.
It's just not quite as red. Ah.
Right, so seems we're going to leave it as it is. Just a nice little bit of feathered black around the outside edge.
Richard is saying that his TV feed is about 30 seconds behind his phone. Yeah, that happens in my house all the time. Michelle will be on one iPad and it's 10 seconds either in front or behind of mine. It's crazy.
Yeah, we have that. Glyn and I are different.
Wesley Hannah says, I'm having issues with the finish on my goblet, but otherwise it's about ready to part off. So what's happening with the finish, Wesley? Can we assist in any way? Or somebody in the chat might be able to assist. Benjamin says, I'm going to pay Nikki to put that witch in the outside bin. The witch was actually in the cupboard and we made Steve take it back out again, Ben, just for your benefit.
Chase is saying he hasn't even started his goblet yet.
Oh, Chase, come on.
You got plenty of time.
Catch a grip.
You got plenty of
Christine
time,
and
mate.
Mike.
Christine and Michael are in.
Hi, Christine and Michael.
Good
Hope you're both
evening.
well.
I like it
Both
just
of
as
you.
it is, plain wood on the centre.
Yeah.
I always like a bit of plain wood on these because it shows
Oh.
the true nature of the timber.
Yes.
Rob says
Yeah.
he posted mine today. You should post yours today, Doug. Wesley Hannah says, I'm thinking of doing the same as you, Brian. Spraying too thick of a coat. Yeah. If you've put lacquer on it and you put too thick a coat on it, you're going to have to sand it off, buddy,
Oh dear.
because it'll never be right.
Roy's saying Naravaja. Come on, Roy. You've got a week to do it now. Forget the holiday. Move on to the goblet.
And Seth on Brickhouse Craftworks is not in tonight. I've just commented on my short that I put up today. He says, commenting, now that's a tether. Now, a tether to the uninitiated is the machine that goes in the back of a tractor that spins up the grass and turns it over.
Wow.
And it takes up, the guy who's the contractor who's doing it today, it takes up 3 rows of hay.
All right. Wow.
Huge big thing.
So I'm looking for some.
Just Stephen.
Yeah. What?
Wrong Stephen.
Oh, right. So
Stephen of the Wood Dude. There's no need for that, Stephen.
acrylic lacquer. That's what I'm looking for. Just to put some lacquer over the top of that, just to
Ooh.
seal that, because obviously if I
So
put wax on it, you're going to get it all in the do through whatchamacallit.
Chase, I think you're on your own with the 350-piece spindle order that you have, buddy. I'm not helping with that. 350.
Well, I can will you on. That's as far as I'm going to be able to help.
Yeah. I might be able to do one, but not 350.
All right, so acrylic gloss lacquer. Give it a good shake.
Now Andrew says he's went on the fire pit, and he needs to do another one this weekend.
That's what Pete did. He incinerated his and
He did, didn't he?
put up a video. Acrylic gloss lacquer.
Right, so acrylic. Turn the fan's blowing everywhere. Let's put the fan off.
Now, would we?
You put your extractor on, Steve, when you're doing that.
He's on.
Okay. It's quiet. Wood Wizardry by Colin has a question. On the subject of finishing, I've just done a side grain laburnum hollow form. What's the best way to finish without breaking my fingers?
Oil. Paint some oil on it.
Oh, like lemon oil, you mean?
Yeah, lemon oil or Danish oil or whatever kind of oil you fancy. But you certainly won't be polishing it if it's got holes in it.
No, definitely not.
Okay.
So we just give it a few seconds to dry, and then we'll give it another coat. And what I'll do is over the weekend I'll give it a couple more coats. And you'll find when you put your lacquer over it, it brings the colours more prominent.
Yeah.
Rob says, mine went
dear.
in the fire pile last week too. Someone commented on the video, unsubscribed.
Oh dear.
Well,
You shouldn't worry about what other people think, mate. As long as you're happy
Yeah.
with it, who cares?
Exactly.
And 9 times out of 10, the people who give you nasty comments, they even got a channel they don't turn anyway. They're just there to cause grief with other people.
Yep.
So don't take any notice of them. Do what makes you happy. That's what was more important.
It's all
Matt's
about having a
saying
bit of fun, really, isn't it?
Yep, exactly.
Matt says he's
Oh, no
editing
host.
his 2-ring goblet video now.
Ooh, 2-ring goblet, Matt.
That's just greedy, that is.
Colin says there's no holes in it, it's just an odd shape. I'm just wondering how odd it could be if it's been turned as a hollow form. It has to be sort of semi-round. Unless it has big inclusions in it or something, Colin.
Wayne agrees with you, Steve. As long as you're happy with it, that's the important thing.
That's really the only thing that matters at the end of the day.
There's people out in the world of YouTube who just are there to make people feel bad. And I said to the guys the other night, we was in a chat, and I said to we were in a chatty thing, and I said to the guys, now what we should do is make our lives a happy, joyful place for people to come in and have some fun. It's not about
too serious.
Yeah, it's not about what you're good at. As long as you're safe, as long as it helps people, and you have fun. Who cares about everything else? Life's too serious.
Yeah, life's too short.
It is.
Life's too short to be too serious, guys. There are times to be serious, but wood turning is not really one of them. It's a hobby.
It's a hobby.
For most of us in the chat here, some of you guys are production wood turners, but to most of us in the chat, it's on these shows, it's a hobby. So hobbies are supposed to be fun and entertaining. So if it's not fun and entertaining, Maybe it's a new hobby you require.
Yeah. What's the time, anybody?
The time, Steve, is 20 minutes past the hour of 9.
All right, Mike. Yeah, give one more coat on this, and then we'll call that.
61 people watching.
Wow. Thank you very much, everyone.
48 thumbs up, so we could do with a few more thumbs up if anybody hasn't done that yet. I'll just refresh my page here, which means I'll get back to the adverts again. Oh, terrific.
Ospod Woodwork says, well, Steve, you shouldn't feel bad about this piece. It turned out a little bit okay.
A little bit. Thank you, Roger. Robert. A little bit. As long as it's a little bit, we're all right. When I look back at some of my early videos, believe me, I turned some rubbish.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I just look back at my very first video ever. Don't ever go back and look at it, guys. It's dire. It is absolutely dire.
That looks really red on that screen.
It
It
does.
looks really red on ours.
So you can just see a little bit of a sheen coming on there now. So I don't want a real high gloss on it. So
Don't overheat it with a gun, though.
no, it's only on lukewarm.
Remember,
It's only on lukewarm.
yeah.
Now,
Temperature in your workshop's away about 30 degrees anyway.
Yeah, I know. I can feel the water running down my back.
Douglas is asking, Steve, what are you going to call it?
Don't know. Any suggestions?
Love Angel says it looks amazing. Amazing.
Obviously, it's got flamey, fiery colours to it. Reds and yellows. With the streaks, it looks like flame.
Wesley Hannah says, these lives are great. I just need to learn to turn YouTube off and get back to the lathe myself. I know that feeling, Wesley. Sometimes it's like, do I just sit and watch Wayne today? Yeah, I'll watch Wayne, then I'll go out to the lathe. And then Wayne finishes and somebody else pops up and you sit all afternoon watching YouTube. It's crazy. But it's part of the hobby, so if you're enjoying it, just enjoy it. Oh, Lewis has said that it looks really sharp. Steve.
Thank you, Lewis. Right, so I'm not going to put no more lacquer on. I've given out 3 good coats now. So I won't do no more lacquering on there until tomorrow. But what I will do is on the middle bit here, I'll knock that back a little bit. Just so we make sure we get a nice finish on. So I'm just going to tack this off with the hot air gun. And then we'll call it. And I have got even though you can't hear the extraction going, I have got the extraction on while I'm doing this.
Right,
You can actually see it now. There's a little bit of something caught in the back of your lathe there, and you can see it drafting back and forward.
pulling it.
So we can see
You were
that
going to
it's on.
say Brian with a Y. I just like all the black Ys, but then I'm biased.
Why is that, Brian?
I actually thought he was trying to be code for black and yellow there. You know Mark's favourite colours, black and yellow.
We're going to call them the gem woodturner colours now.
What, black and yellow?
Yeah.
A bit waspy, aren't they? Black and yellow.
A bit waspy.
So what we're going to call it then, Steve?
I don't know. What do you reckon? Do you call it something simple?
Yeah. Ted.
Norman.
Call it Norman. Very fine. It's called Norman now.
Yeah. Joe Garofalo's in.
Oh,
Hi,
Joe.
Joe.
Ashton says similar to Brian's tiger bow, but different. It is. Yep. There's much more red in that one than there is in mine. Hi, Joe.
Hi, Brian.
Wrong, Joe.
Right.
Said hello to you earlier.
I know.
So when you're drying off with your hot air gun, just keep it away, low temperatures, because if not, being lacquered, that will bubble. So you don't want to be doing that.
That's your fault, Wayne. Wayne says, I suggested black and yellow to Mark.
Ah.
So it's all your fault then. Donna says, Wasps is the nickname of Alloa football team. Oh, they play in black and yellow, yeah. Cool.
I've got to take this jacket off. I'm sweating my guts out. Oh, it's gone down now. It's only 28.5 degrees in there.
Steve Clement says, very nice, Steve. Thanks for the demo. Also, thanks to Brian and Joe for your time. You're entirely welcome, Steve.
Absolutely.
Right, so just wash my brush out quickly.
It's all good fun. I have fun doing it. So, so
That
wifey
turned out
says,
really nice.
so the disaster. I'll tell you exactly where the disaster was. The disaster at Yandles was your fault then, Wayne.
Yeah.
It wasn't a disaster. The colouring just didn't go very well, so he turned it back off again. Zip.
Chisky says call it Bill or George, anything but Sue. Yeah, it's called Norman.
Anything but Sue, yeah. My
Yeah,
name
Mike.
is Sue.
Mike's not in the chat this evening, Lewis.
The international colourist. No, he's not.
She's working.
Lewis says he needs colouring advice, Steve.
Oh,
Chat
really?
to us after, Lewis. We'll
Yeah.
sort you out.
Well, we'll
Everyone
try and
says,
point.
Yep.
We'll try and point you in the right direction anyway.
Try and point you in some direction, whether it's right or not.
Right. So I'm not gonna.
Oh,
I'm not gonna
question
take.
from Colin.
Go on, Colin.
It's a real question. Question. Where is the best place to get a buffing and polishing wax from? Well, I know you can buy them from Chestnut.
For a buffing wheel.
Yeah.
Take
I'm
it.
assuming
Doesn't
that's what it
Oliver's
means, buffing and
Woodturning do
polishing
anything
waxes.
like that?
Is it like normally for buffing wheels you use
Compounds.
you can use the cutting compounds.
Yeah. Canuba wax is what Chestnut used for the final polish.
That's
And,
correct.
and then they got a number 1 and number 2 cotton compound before. So if you go on,
or triple. Some people call it triple E, but it's actually triple E, which is the brown cotton compound, and then white diamond, which is the finer one.
Yep.
And then the Canuba wax after that.
I would imagine if
the-
you went on, Chestnut's page or their website, I would imagine you could buy it because obviously they sell the polishing kit, don't they?
You can buy them, and you can also buy them from Folgers. Folgers does them.
Oh, right, okay. There you go.
The company I did, I got the wood dye things from. I have a video up about that.
Oh, Jennifer says Emma, the Tiny Turner sells the compounds.
There you
She
go.
does. So there's lots of places you can get them.
Wayne's got
Lewis
to
the
go.
Klondike Craftsman
See you
says, I
later,
have a
Wayne.
recommendation
Thanks for coming over, mate.
from the Lady of the Manor. Yes, Lewis, what's the recommendation you have to tell us? I think Lewis needs suggestions for resin colour for a cherry burl hybrid vase.
Cherry's quite a light colour, isn't it?
And he says he's had the recommendations from the Lady of the Manor. Mrs. Golden. I'm not going against Mrs. Golden. You'll have to tell us what she said.
Glyn says Beal do a good set.
They
Right.
do.
Right, so that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to leave that there tonight. I'm not even going to hoover up in there because of the dust. So,
Yep, looks very nice, Steve. And it's
So-
too
That's
warm
an
in your
excuse.
workshop to be hoovering.
so we'll leave that. Let's come back into you, bring you guys back in.
Oh no, don't do that. Oh no, don't do that. No, don't.
So there they are. There's
Dang.
the
Dang, we're back.
backbone of the company.
Oh, wait a minute, I put my light on.
Danny Boy's arrived. Good
There we go.
evening, Danny.
Hi, Daniel. How you
Oh,
doing?
Danny boy. You're welcome, but you're late. We're
Well,
just
do you
finishing.
want to see what we've made? Do you want to see what we made, Danny? Or did you see it before?
One of these.
Or did you see it before I went off? Can't believe the mess in there.
No.
No, neither can I. What's a tip? You'll not sleep tonight, no,
I'll be
nuts
up
like
early
that.
anyway. I want to be up early. I want 12 hours in there tomorrow making stuff for the craft fair. So
No workshop hanging tomorrow then. Brian looks like a vampire. What? How do you mean I look like a vampire? How the
Count
cheek of
those
you.
be.
Yeah, soldiers used to say that. I used to think the soldiers used to call me the Count. because I'd often heard them saying, "Here's that out count coming."
Oh,
At least I think it was count. They
Right,
said.
so
Ah.
quickly before we go, this is what we turned tonight. It's a piece of elm.
yay.
It's a piece of elm. It was not very thick, 26 mil thick, was it? I believe.
Yes.
So 26 mil thick. Had a real nasty kink in it. For all those who came in late, so we turned the kink out of it. We put a 3 mil mortise in the back with a little tiny 1.5 foot on the bottom. Finished the back in au naturel wax, sand and sealed it, or sand up to 240 grit, sand and sealed it, Yorkshire grit up to about 1,000, then gave it 2 coats of Hampshire sheen high gloss wax. On the front, we flattened the front off to give it smooth. Then we used the Proxxon, what do you call it? Proxxon
Long neck grinder.
That's the one, long neck grinder with the rasp head on it. Brian did put the link in the chat
I did.
to just put some fine lines in it. We then coloured the whole piece in black, intrinsic, Hampshire sheen intrinsic black. We then sanded back from 240 up to 400 to take it back, just leaving the low parts in black. And then I gave it touching coats of honey, flame red, and ruby. Once we applied our areas, I then used the honey over the whole thing just to blend the colours together. Then we took out the centre just shallow, because obviously we've only got about 5 or 6 mil in the middle. We don't want to go through the bottom because we don't want a frisbee. I was going to do black into red, but the chat decided no, and I think I agree with them. I think leaving the wood natural makes it look better, actually. And then Ruby and Wayne both said about putting a band of black around the outside, which I've just gently feathered in onto the edge, just so that looks like it's coming around the corner into the colour. And then I've given it 3 good coats of acrylic high gloss lacquer. Leave that till tomorrow. Then I'll cut back. I'm not worried about this part because I like the like seeing the grain that, but that part I'm going to cut back and then give it another couple of coats so we've got a nice glossy finish in the middle. But there it is. So I won't touch that now till tomorrow because it's a little bit tacky. So
There we go.
Excellent.
breathe. So anyway, that's the piece we did. So
And Glenn said he missed the Yorkshire grit.
you did, Glenn. Thanks for the support, mate.
And Andrew said, and the singing Glen.
Right. So
Oh,
on
dear.
that note, it's 9:30. It's time to go. I will be
Yes.
back on Sunday lunchtime. Wayne put his link in for tomorrow night, 8 p.m. I think tomorrow night, isn't it?
He did. Yep.
So
8 p.m.
go
yep.
over and check Wayne. He's going to be
Saturday
he's going to be
night
turning
mint.
a monster piece of wood on his VB, so that'd be worth watching. So a massive thank you to each and every one of you guys who came over and supported us. Like Brian said at the beginning, the link at the top, or the pinned link at the top, is for the makers t-shirts that we're doing for this year's charity, which is Dementia UK. And I've actually had an email from Dementia UK, and someone's going to be in touch with me. So hopefully I can get a short interview from them to let us know what the Dementia UK
Cool.
actually do to help dementia patients. That's my plan.
Brilliant.
So
Brilliant.
hopefully more news to come on that. But I will keep you guys informed. So if you guys haven't already, or are not aware, we have got a makers auction Facebook page that anybody can join. And what that will do, will just keep you notified of what's going to happen with the auction. I will be doing a short video the next few days or next few weeks. There's no rush because we're not doing the actual auction until the 21st of October. But I want to get in my head what we're going to do. I think we're going to run it the similar sort of way as we did last year. But I just need to sit down and work out how things are going to work, because obviously we want to make it as fair and as transparent as possible for the auction. But all the funds that we get for the makers t-shirts this year, including the new makers on next year's shirt, will all be going to Dementia UK charity. So awesome work. So anyway, without that, with the
Stay where you are.
what's the matter?
Just stay where
okay.
you are, man. Because I've got putting a link in.
Oh
for the
right, yeah.
Facebook.
So if you would like to, if
Go
you'd
try
like
and
to
put them.
support us on the Facebook page, then please go over and join the Facebook page. Brian's now going to put a link in. And it just, it just lets you know what's going on, what the charity we're going for. We put it on pause beginning of this year. We
There
put
you
it
go.
on pause at the beginning of this year, and then we said we'd reactivate it as soon as we decide what charity we was going to go for. And the reason we've chosen Dementia UK is because most of us within the community know somebody who has or is suffering with dementia. It's a horrible disease.
Yeah, or
Yeah, it's a
suffering.
horrible disease. Yeah, Brian, it's a horrible disease. The only thing I can say good about it is that the actual person going through it doesn't really realise what's going on. That's the only good thing about it.
Yep.
But unfortunately, the loved ones are
The relatives
yeah,
take the
yeah,
take the
exactly.
brunt.
So hopefully we can raise a few quid and do some good. So like I said, hopefully get this interview. I've already had the charity pack come through, so I'm going to sit and read that over the weekend.
Yep.
So hopefully be able to know what's going on and do things from there. So anyway, that's enough waffling for now. Right, so let's go. Right, guys, have a great weekend. Thank you very much for coming over. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Brian, for your support
You're
tonight.
welcome.
And thanks
You're
to
welcome.
each and every one of you guys for coming over and watching. Without, like I always say, without you guys, the channel would not be worth doing. So a massive thank you very much. So other than that, I will see you Sunday. Say bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
See you later, guys. Thanks for coming over. Bye.
That's all, folks.